Okay, so next under the chordates. So in the previous class we studied about the different classification of chordates, where the chordates are classified into three subphylum including Urochordata, Cephalochordata as well as the Vertebrata. Urochordata, notochord is present in the larval tail, adult will be lacking notochord. Cephalochordata, notochord from the head to tail region throughout their life. Vertebrata, where the notochord will be replaced by vertebral column in adults. So that is regarding to the three subphylums. Whereas vertebrata, based on the presence and absence of jaw, further classified into gnathostomata, where there is the absence of jaws. So under gnathostomata there is a class known as a cyclostomata. Okay, so cyclo refers to the circular. Cyclo refers to the circular, stoma refers to the mouth. They have circular type of sucking type mouth. They have circular sucking type of mouth. Most of these members are ectoparasites. Ecto refers to the found attached to the body surface. They are ectoparasites which are found attached to the body surface on the other fishes, other larger fishes. Okay, they are ectoparasites. They have a sucking circular mouth through which they will be attached to the other host fishes. They have around 6 to 15 pairs of gill slits meant for the respiration. The process of respiration takes place through the gill slits. There are about 16 to 15 pairs of gill slits. Okay, and they have sucking circular type of mouth. The body is devoid of scales. Devoid of scales refers to the absence of scales. There is an absence of scales and the paired fins. They have fins, but those fins are not paired. Okay, there is an absence of scales as well as the paired fins. Okay. Their cranium and vertebral column is cartilaginous. As you know that in our body we have cartilage as well as the bone. Bone is very tough which cannot be bent, whereas cartilage is flexible which can be bent. So their endoskeleton is mainly a cartilaginous type. They have a cartilaginous endoskeleton. Cranium refers to the covering of brain and the vertebral column is nothing but the backbone. Okay. And next, these members are marine organisms. The members of cyclostomata are marine organisms, but they will migrate to the fresh water. These members will migrate to the fresh water for the process of spawning, nothing but for the process of reproduction. Okay, during the process of reproduction, there is a body changes will be there, so they will migrate from marine to fresh water. After the process of spawning, the adult will die. The adult will die where the young one or the larva undergoes the metamorphosis. Larva will undergo a process of metamorphosis and which will return back to the ocean. Okay, they are mainly marine organisms, but they will migrate to the fresh water for this process of spawning. After the spawning, the adult will die. The young one will undergo a process of metamorphosis. They will undergo a process of metamorphosis and they will return back to the ocean. Okay. So, the examples mainly include Petromyzon. Petromyzon, which is also known as a lamprey. It is blood sucking type. Okay, it is blood sucking type. So, it is a Petromyzon or lamprey. One more example is the myxin or hagfish. Myxin or hagfish, it is a flesh eating type. All these are, as I told, they are the ectoparasites which are dependent on the host organism. So that is regarding to the cyclostomata. It is consisting of small group of organisms, right? So cyclostomata members are ectoparasites which are found attached to the body surface of the other larger fishes, and they have 6 to 15 pairs of gill slits meant for the process of respiration. They have sucking circular type of mouth which is mainly meant for the attachment, and their body is devoid of scales and paired fins. So there is the absence of scales as well as the paired fins. Fins are present but it is not paired. Cranium and vertebral column is cartilaginous. They have cartilaginous endoskeleton. They are marine fishes, marine organisms, but they will migrate to the fresh water for the process of spawning. After the process of spawning, they will return to the young one undergoes metamorphosis and it will return back to the ocean. Adult will die. Examples include petromyzon, which is also known as the lamprey, as well as myxin, which is known to be the hagfish. So this is under Gnathostomata, jawless organism. They mainly lack jaw. Cyclostomata members are mainly lack jaw, so that's why it is a circular type of mouth. Whereas in the case of, this comes under Agnatha. Agnatha refers to absence of jaw. Okay, Gnathostomata is nothing but chondrichthyes as well as osteichthyes. Gnathostomata consisting of jaws. Okay, so vertebrata is divided into Agnatha as well as the Gnathostomata. Under Agnatha we have Cyclostomata, and under Gnathostomata we have two classes which includes chondrichthyes as well as the osteichthyes. There are two classes under Gnathostomata, includes the chondrichthyes as well as the osteichthyes. Okay, so now we'll study the difference between these two. One of the very important question which can be asked for 5 marks is the difference between chondrichthyes and osteichthyes. With the difference we will study these two group of organisms, right? So here the members of chondrichthyes are marine and they have a streamlined body. Their body is streamlined. It is meant for the process of swimming. Okay. So they are marine organisms with a streamlined body and they are cartilaginous. Their endoskeleton is cartilaginous. These are mainly larger fishes. Chondrichthyes members are very large. Okay. So their body is cartilaginous. Their endoskeleton is cartilaginous and their mouth is on the ventral side. Mouth is on the lower side, which is a ventral side. Now there is a presence of gill slits, around 5 to 7 pairs of gill slits, and the gill slits are without operculum. What is this operculum? Operculum is a covering to these gill slits. So they have a separate gill slits. So there is a presence of separate gill slits this way. And all these are naked gill slits. There is a absence of operculum. Okay. So skin is tough with the minute placoid scales. Scales are not visible. They are microscopic scales. We can tell it as a microscopic scale. If you scrape out, then only you will come to know there is a presence of scale. Okay, they have a minute placoid scales. So this placoid scale is mainly due to their structure. Okay, minute placoid scales. Now, teeth are modified scales. Okay, their teeth are modified scales and those are backwardly directed. Which is backwardly directed because the members of chondrichthyes are predaceous organisms. They are especially predaceous organisms, predator type of organisms. Okay, so that is why they have a teeth which are backwardly directed. Air bladder is absent. What is this air bladder? See, air bladder is mainly meant for the process of buoyancy. Fishes are mainly consisting of a property known as buoyancy. Buoyancy refers to if they are not swimming also they will not sink down to the bottom. If that is mainly due to the presence of air bladder. But these members are lacking air bladder. If they lacking air bladder, they don't have a property of floating. They cannot float. If they are not swimming, they will sink down to the bottom. Okay, so here what happens? These members will be continuously swimming to avoid sinking. Okay, they will be continuously swimming, that is to mainly avoid the sinking. Mainly because there is an absence of air bladder. Air bladder is absent. So, these members will be continuously swimming to avoid sinking. So that is regarding to this. Next, sexes are separate, male and female are separate, and they have a special structure known as a claspus, especially in case of males in the pelvic fin. Okay, in the pelvic fin, there is a presence of a structure known as a clasper. These claspers will help in a process of copulation. Okay, so that is why they have an internal fertilization. These group of fishes, they mainly have an internal fertilization where males bear a clasper in their pelvic fin. This is one of the important feature which is mainly seen in the chondrichthyes. Okay, and they are viviparous organisms giving birth to the young one. Viviparous organism. As I told, they are predator type organism. They are predaceous organism. That is why they mainly have few members will have some organs which will help in the process. Such as some members are having electric organ which will give a shock to the other organisms. So they have a electric organ. For example, in torpedo. Torpedo consisting of an electric organ, and trigon consists of a poison sting. There is a presence of sting through which they will attack the other organism. So that is a trigon consists of a poison sting. Okay. Other than this, we have examples such as Scoliodon is a dogfish. Priestis is a sawfish. Priestis is a sawfish. Carcharodon is a white shark. Great white shark is a carcharodon. So the examples include torpedo consisting of an electric organ. Trigon consists of a poison sting. Scoliodon is also known as a dogfish. Priestis is known as a sawfish. Carcharodon is a great white shark. So this is about the features of class Osteichthyes. Okay, features of class Chondrichthyes. Okay. So next is about the class Osteichthyes. Second one is about the class Osteichthyes. So Osteichthyes members are either marine or freshwater. Even the aquarium fishes are included under the Osteichthyes. Osteichthyes members are either marine or freshwater. They also have streamlined body. So there is a presence of streamlined body, and they have an endoskeleton which is bony. They mainly have a bony endoskeleton which is not flexible. If you bend, that will break. Okay, they have a bony endoskeleton, whereas the mouth is a terminal in position. They have a terminal mouth. Okay, so there is a presence of 4 pairs of gills with operculum. There are about 4 pairs of gills with the operculum. Gills are covered by the operculum. Gill covering is present. Okay, skin with a cycloid or a ctenoid scale. Skin consisting of cycloid. So there is a presence of cycloid, or there is a presence of ctenoid scales. Okay, cycloid or ctenoid scales. There is a presence of air bladder. Air bladder is present. That will help in a process of buoyancy or floating. Okay, so they need not to swim continuously. So they will not sink to the bottom. So there is a presence of air bladder. Fertilization is external. Okay, egg and sperm will be released to the water. So that is external fertilization, and the members are oviparous. Why do they have external fertilization? Like in Chondrichthyes members, these are lacking claspers. Claspers are absent. In these members, claspers are absent. That is why they have presence of, there is a external fertilization, and they are oviparous organisms. Examples includes the marine fishes such as Exocetus. Okay, Exocetus is also known as a flying fish. Exocetus is also known as a flying fish. Hippocampus also known as a seahorse. Hippocampus is a seahorse. Exocetus flying fish. Hippocampus seahorse. And we have freshwater fishes such as labio. Labio is a freshwater fish. It is also known as rohu. Katla is also a freshwater fish. And clarius, which is also known as a magur. Clarius magur, which is a freshwater fish. And we have aquarium fishes such as betta. Betta is commonly known as a fighting fish. And pterophyllum. Pterophyllum is also known as a angelfish, and those are the aquarium fishes. So that is regarding to the Osteichthyes. Now we will see the difference between Chondrichthyes and Osteichthyes. So that is regarding to the features. So in the difference between Chondrichthyes and Osteichthyes, Chondrichthyes members are exclusively marine. Osteichthyes members are marine as well as the freshwater. Okay. So in the Chondrichthyes, they have a cartilaginous endoskeleton. There is mainly presence of a cartilaginous endoskeleton, and Osteichthyes members are having bony endoskeleton. Chondrichthyes cartilaginous endoskeleton, Osteichthyes bony endoskeleton, and in case of Chondrichthyes mouth is ventral, Osteichthyes mouth is terminal. Chondrichthyes gill slits without operculum. Osteichthyes, there are about 4 pairs of gill slits with operculum. Okay. Now, in case of Chondrichthyes, there is a presence of minute placoid scales. Presence of minute or microscopic placoid scales, and in case of Osteichthyes, there is a presence of cycloid or ctenoid scales. Where in Chondrichthyes, air bladder is absent, so they will be swimming continuously to avoid sinking. In case of Osteichthyes, air bladder is present. Fertilization is internal, and males wear a claspers. Okay, whereas fertilization is external, claspers are absent. Viviparous organisms, oviparous organisms. Examples include torpedo consisting of electric organ, trigone consists of a poison sting, priest is known as a sawfish, scoliodon is a dogfish, carcharodon is known to be the great white shark. Okay, so in the marine fishes, Exocetus is a flying fish, Hippocampus is a seahorse. Freshwater fishes include Katla as well as Labio, commonly known as a rohu, Clarius, commonly known as a maghu. And the aquarium fishes include Betta is a fighting fish, Pterophyllum is a angelfish. So that is regarding to the difference between Chondrichthyes and Osteichthyes. So as I told, in the classification of chordates, so there are mainly 3 subphylums. So there is a presence of 3 subphylums such as Urochordata, Cephalochordata. Together, Euro and Cephalochordata together known as a protochordates. Okay, they are known as a protochordates, whereas Cephalochordate is also known as a head chordates. Okay, so these Urochordata includes the examples such as Acidia, Sulfa as well as the Doliolum. Cephalochordate includes the Branchiostoma or Amphioxus. Okay. Vertebrata, the members of vertebrata consisting of notochord in the embryonic stage, later it is replaced by the vertebral column. So this will be replaced by the vertebral column. So the vertebrata members are further classified due to the presence and absence of jaws, that is classified into Agnatha, there is a absence of jaw. Gnathostomata, there is a presence of jaw. Agnatha consisting of one class that is known to be the Cyclostomata. So the members of Cyclostomata consists of sucking circular type of mouth. So in the Gnathostomata, there are 2 further classifications in the Gnathostomata, which is consisting of the fishes which bears fins, fin bearing organisms, that is Pisces, as well as the limb-bearing organisms, that is known to be the tetrapods. Okay, Pisces and tetrapods. So in the Pisces, it is mainly consisting of chondrichthyes and osteichthyes. It is a cartilaginous fish and a bony fish. And in the tetrapoda, there is a presence of, tetrapods are mainly consisting of amphibia, reptilia, aves as well as the mammals. So there are 4 classes in the tetrapoda: amphibia, reptilia as well as mammals. Okay. So in the next class or in the last session, we will discuss about the further classes of superclass tetrapoda. Thank you.